Let us watch on to find out more.
Supreme Master Ching Hai's lectures are not a complete meditation instruction. Please do not try alone. For free of charge guidance, please visit godsdirectcontact.org or contact any of our centers near you.
Today's episode will be presented in English with subtitles in Arabic, Aulacese, also known as Vietnamese, Bulgarian, Chinese, Croatian, Czech, English, French, German, Hindi, Hungarian, Indonesian, Italian, Japanese, Korean, Malay, Mongolian, Persian, Polish, Portuguese, Punjabi, Russian, Sinhalese, Spanish, and Thai. 視聴者の皆様、こんにちは。日本の景勝の地、沼田市に住んでいる正江と申します。日本では春は桜の花の咲く季節です。3月中旬から4月の終わりにかけて、この国はピンク色の桜の花の海と化します。まるで命の儚さを懸命に想起させようとするがごとく、山も公園もすべて桜に追い尽くされます。そんなわけで日本人は桜を非常に褒めたたえるのです。等しく称賛すべきものが日本の職人魂、匠という精神です。匠という精神にはいかにありふれた仕事でも己の仕事の頂点を極めるために各段階で完璧さを追求することが含まれます。匠という精神と日本人の忍耐強い気質ゆえに、日本は電子工学、産業ロボット工学、工学などの分野で世界をリードしており、1949年以来26名のノーベル賞受賞者がいます。魅力的で美しい日本を皆様に簡単にご紹介でき嬉しく思います。人生で皆様に巡り会えて神に感謝しています。30年以上にわたり、スプリームマスターチンハイはその神聖な教えにより世界を啓発してきました。完全に介護したマスターである彼女は内在の神聖を即座に発見し、根性で輪廻の輪からの永遠の解放を望む人々に対し、観音訪問の瞑想法を授けています。観音訪問はあらゆる介護をしたマスターたちが修行してきました。例えばブッダ、イエス・キリスト、預言者ムハンマド、彼に平安あれ、グルナーナクなどです。彼女はこう強調します。私たちがいつも神を心に留め、 他者に無視の奉仕をして宇宙の方に従うなら、人間としての最高のポテンシャルに到達し、地上での目的を真に理解するだろうと。スプリームマスターチンハイは、並外れた慈悲の心を表す生きた手本であり、愛だけではなく、物資や援助資金を難民やホームレス、自然災害の被災者や助けを必要とする人に定期的に送っています。彼女は2006年にグシ平和賞を受賞しました。東洋のノーベル平和賞と言われる賞です。また、長年にわたる傑出した慈善活動と人道支援により、数多くの賞を受賞し、称賛されています。友達である美しい動物の代弁者として、彼女は平和で愛深い完全菜食を奨励し、人間がすべての命の神聖さに気づくことで、動物と人間が調和して幸せに生きる穏やかで輝かしいビーガンの世界を思い描いています。彼女が取り組むビーガン普及活動は様々で、もう一つの生き方という印刷物の配布、国際的なビーガンレストランチェーン店ナビングハットの展開、スプリームマスターテレビジョンの放送など、影響力のある政府やメディア指導者への定期的な提案、また私たちが気づくか否かにかかわらず、気候変動に関するテレビ会議にも参加しています。彼女の努力は動物に優しいライフスタイルの世界的な認識に多大な影響を与え、この生き物に対する慈悲深い生き方は地球を気候変動から救うと同時に国家間に永続的平和をもたらすのです。長年にわたりスプリームマスターチンハイはアメリカ大陸からアフリカ、ヨーロッパ、オセアニアまで世界中を旅し、何百回にも及び様々な霊性の講義を一般の人々と熱心に行ってきました。この洞察に富む講義の一つを今日お届けでき光栄に思います。マスターと弟子の地球の生物多様性を回復する最善の方法、スプリームマスターチンハイの討議からの抜粋、全2回の前編、英語の講義です。
What effect does meat consumption have on biodiversity?
Charlie, meat consumption has a huge destructive impact on biodiversity, which is essential for our Earth to function and thus must be preserved. No matter how small, each species has a role to help balance our ecosystem, scientifically proven. And yet, consumption of both fish and animal flesh continue and are wreaking havoc on biodiversity around the globe. In the oceans and fresh waterways, so many species of fish have already been lost, with complete aquatic environments such as coral reefs being decimated by such practices as trawling and fishing with explosives. On land, meat consumption is responsible for vast regions being cleared for grazing crops such as soy that are fed to livestock. One example is seen in the deforested Amazon areas. that have gone from lush forests to bare fields, used for cattle grazing or primarily animal feed crops. With these activities essentially robbing our biodiversity, there has been an alarming rise in the disappearance of plants and animals. 2005 Millennium Ecosystem Assessment Report noted that some 30% of the mammal, bird, and amphibian species currently are threatened with extinction, all due to human actions. And one of the most comprehensive studies ever conducted in the field is now forecasting that over 1 million species will be lost in the coming 50 years. Isn't that a sad affair? Besides the land being clear for livestock raising, the livestock itself causes further biodiversity loss due to potent greenhouse gas emissions, which accelerate global warming. Many studies have documented a decline in populations of penguins, polar bears, plants, trees, migratory birds, and many others, all linked to rising temperatures on the planet. Even desert animals have been affected, like the Malian elephant, that have been perishing in high numbers because their trunks can no longer reach the sinking groundwater. The answer to all this, is quite clear. Stop the meat consumption. Stop it yesterday. This will eliminate the so-called need for livestock raising, which will immediately return immense amounts of land to natural sustainability or to natural growing methods that allow biodiversity to be replenished. This is the way we need to go, and fast. The United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization said that the livestock industry is the major cause of the most pressing world problems, namely global warming, land degradation, air and water pollution, and loss of biodiversity. Can you believe this? It's like that. For example, global warming, with no animal breeding industry, we immediately stop the number one cause of greenhouse gases emissions. Not just CO2, not just carbon dioxide, but also methane, nitrous oxide, black carbon from burning down the trees for the livestock, and also toxic gases like hydrogen sulfide. This kind of gas, even you just breathe once, you die immediately. If it's a strong enough concentration. Some of them are much more potent than CO2, like nitrous oxide. The livestock sector is the number one source of nitrous oxide emissions, and it is almost 300 times more heat trapping than the CO2 over a 100-year period. Now, methane and black carbon are what scientists call short-lived gases, meaning although they are very potent climate warmers, they dissipate and exit the atmosphere very quickly. And it's not just the global warming we are talking about. If we are vegan, we don't have to worry about avian flu, which was found in 22 out of 33 provinces in Indonesia alone. Yes? And has caused millions of poultry deaths and caused many human fatalities in Indonesia. More human deaths in your country than in any other country due to the deadly form of avian flu. If we are vegan, Indonesia's coral reefs, known as the Amazon of the seas, for its thousands of marine species, will be left in peace and beauty, and it will protect us. The coral reef is a protector of our lives, of the sea. Right now, it is endangered, the coral reef, due to overfishing, which includes a destructive form that uses gruesome methods like cyanic poisoning and blasting the fish with bombs and dynamites. My God. The World Resources Institute stated that these types of fishing only bring short-term profit and will cost the Indonesian economy more than $600 million in losses over 20 years. Moreover, around the world, countless enormous ocean dead zones will have a chance to return to life, because the rivers and the lakes that were polluted by manure and toxic fertilizers for animal feed will be left alone to purify themselves and recover. Also, when we stop vacuuming all the poor fish out of the sea, they will have a chance to restore the balance in the oceans. We desperately need the fishes in the sea to balance the ocean. Otherwise, our lives will be in danger. God puts them there for a reason. By the way, at least 1/3 of all the world's fish caught and murdered today is fed to livestock. On land, millions of hectares will be spared livestock serious effects of soil erosion, deforestation, poisonous water pollution, and displacement of wildlife. If or turn to vegan. Scientists found that forests are resilient and can grow back if given a chance, very fast. We have seen that evidence in some part of the world. The scientists also observed that when the ocean is healthy again, even the dead coral reefs will revive themselves. Imagine, nature is miraculous and, incredible. But in order to witness nature's recovery, we must not let our current way of life continue. We cannot continue this way, or else we will pass the point of no return, and then we will have runaway planetary crisis, and we might lose the whole planet or the life on the planet. Fortunately, we have the solution ready at hand, which is the organic vegan solution. It's so simple, so easy, we might overlook it. We might not believe it. But if we look into all the scientific and the physical evidence so far, we have to accept this organic vegan solution as the one and only to save our planet right now. Instead of spending more money on new technology, we even save money from having to buy meat and subsidize meat with our tax dollars. We simply cannot depend on green technology alone. Now, there is also an invisible aspect to the reversal in the destruction. A compassionate person harms no one and therefore brings no harm upon himself. That is why in Buddhism they say that the moment we drop the butcher knife, then we are protected. Then we can become the Buddha, the saint. It's really like that. Because the vegan diet protects us inside out, starting immediately, so that all kinds of calamities will avoid us, stay away from us. And on a bigger scale, our planet will also be healed, just like an individual being healed by turning into a compassionate diet. Like attract like. The good, loving, compassionate energy will ward off the darkness that is looming toward us, that is next to us right now. We will, in short, have a paradise on earth. If you have ever wondered what that might be like, we may soon live to see the day when all beings will truly live by your nation's motto, that is unity in diversity, in oneness, understanding, caring, faith, and happiness. I invite everyone to share the hopeful vision that we will save the planet and will make it a heaven one. Besides destroying our precious forest, livestock farms also contaminate or even completely kill our water systems. They degrade once a fertile soil, they destroy our biodiversity, and they release vast amounts of extremely dangerous methane and nitrous oxide. And what you call that hydrogen sulfide as well? Yeah? Which are heating up the planet now 100 times, 300 times more than carbon dioxide. So just take out the meat from our diet and stop blaming the CO2 for every problem of global warming on our planet. We are to be blamed. The meat industry is to be blamed. The meat industry is the one we have to focus on to stop, to abolish, to stop the climate change, and to stop the waste of the forest and land. Stop talking around the subject. Talk to the point. Meat industry must stop. Apart from destroying our planet, it is destroying our human quality. It is destroying our compassionate nature. It is destroying the spark of God, the part of God that we belong to. We must stop the livestock industry. Stop the livestock industry. That would be the most effective way to halt global warming and restore our planet. It would save our precious forests, which take decades to grow and create more natural forests that we need to reduce global warming. Without our lungs, we cannot survive. So Prince Charles has lately been highly active about climate change, and particularly about protecting the tropical rainforest. He said to the European Parliament, "The lives of billions of people depend on your response, and none of us will be forgiven by our children and grandchildren if we falter and fail." It's really that urgent. I pray the world leaders will awaken to this reality immediately and act properly now. Scientifically speaking, it has always been good, the way nature unfolds naturally. Yes, naturally. Darwin theory is about a natural evolution, not a forced, artificial, cruel, disturbing, interfering by humans the way we're doing. So Darwin's suggestion is that we leave nature alone as much as possible, interfere as less as possible. See, the natural evolution is that we let it evolve. But here we come interfering with everything. Yes, we raise the animal. We force them in cramped little crates that they could not even move around. So we breed disease. And we cause suffering to ourselves by eating these disease-filled flesh of animals. Cause suffering to them, cause suffering to us. In the natural world, there is no force-fed foie gras. There is no force-fed cows. No cramped pigs. No forced pregnancy for pigs and cows and dogs and birds, any kind. We just let it evolve the way nature intends. So, eating animals will not help them to evolve at all. Even if we say we want animals to evolve, then we have to let them live first in order to evolve. If we eat them all, how do they have chance to evolve? And we can see for ourselves already that killing, torturing animals, eating animals, has not been helpful to our evolution, ecologically, economically, scientifically, medically, nothing. And it only brings us trouble and suffering up to now, like the mad cow disease, the swine flu, the bird flu, so many diseases, etc., that now we can't even deal with. Even AIDS, HIV, also came from eating the wild animals. So if we live the way nature intended, like you have mentioned, that Darwin theory that we have to let everything evolve, then we just let nature evolve. Here we force nature into our will. We want to change nature. That's why we have so many unnatural outcomes, disease, disaster, earthquake, typhoon, more and more every day. And now our planet is going because of our interfering with nature, because we don't live according to nature. So if we want to live according to nature and let things evolve accordingly, then we should respect our nature. Right now, we interfere too much with nature, and we even breed animals unnaturally, like at least 55 billion livestock per year, and billions more fish, etc. These are not natural made. We even breed fish in a confined area. And these numbers have since increased and are continuously increasing. Can this be called ecological or natural at all? How can any species evolve when we keep forcing them, torturing them, and killing them? Moreover, we went against our own human evolution as well, as we were biologically made to digest only plant-based food. Humans are naturally herbivorous, not carnivorous. It is explained in detail by Dr. Milton Mills in a well-known article called The Comparative Anatomy of Eating, and confirmed by others such as the famous evolution expert Dr. Richard Leakey and the editor-in-chief of the American Journal of Cardiology, Dr. William Roberts. So, the answer where humans belong in species evolution is clear. We are not their predator. We are their protector and friend. We have to protect all species so that we can keep our biodiversity and keep a natural evolution for all beings, including humans. Where there is peace for the animals, they also can have a good life. The best is that we can protect their abodes, leaving them as untouched and unharmed as possible. The wilds really don't need much help from us if we can just allow them their freedom and their sovereignty. If the animals know the atmosphere is safe and they will not be harmed, and this they do know very well, then they are far more comfortable and at ease. So one thing we can do is to encourage governments and individuals' protection of their habitat, to ensure that it is not continually lost to other purposes, such as deforestation and hunting and fishing. Just to give an example, the rainforests of Southeast Asia have some of the highest deforestation rates in the world. This means the animals are constantly losing their homes, with many that have become endangered or even extinct. Along these same lines, the other step that we can take to enhance the animal's sense of peace is to not eat them. It's one thing to try to imagine how they must feel having their homes invaded, with trees crashing down around them or on top of them, and all their food and cover gone. But then, having to fear being eaten as well, there can be nothing more terrifying. So, Madam Nguyen, to ensure the peace and comfort of all our animal co-inhabitants, like that in the Lake Amora, we really should first cease to consume them, any animal at all. This will broadcast a message of peace that will go around the entire planet and will help immensely with their sense of well-being. Then the wild areas and habitats will be restored, as will be the animals' natural lives. That's the best way to protect them, to show our love to them. We have to hurry and make heaven so that everything will go well, not just physically, emotionally, health-wise, but even technologically. We will develop unimaginable invention, technology, and then we can understand each other like the beings in heaven without even spoken language, if we don't want to speak. Livestock raising is responsible for countless adverse environmental effects, each of which further aggravates global warming. According to the United Nations and other studies, livestock raising is known to cause the following devastating effects. 1. Deforestation. Livestock raising is the single largest human use of land and the main reason for deforestation. Since 1970, livestock production has been responsible for 90% of the Amazon deforestation to clear land for pasture and grow animal feed crop. A rainforest area the size of a football field is destroyed every second to produce just 250 hamburgers. Scientists warn that if we continue on this damaging path, the Earth's forest will soon stop absorbing greenhouse gases and instead will start to release huge quantities of carbon dioxide, CO2. Moreover, deforestation for livestock activities also produces black carbon. Black carbon is a greenhouse particle that is 680 times as heat-trapping as CO2 and causes the ice sheets and glaciers around the world to melt even faster. Up to 40% of black carbon emissions come from burning forest for livestock. 2. Soil erosion and desertification. Over 50% of the world's soil erosion is caused by livestock, which along with deforestation leads to desertification. 3. Biodiversity loss. Livestock is the leading cause of animal and plant extinction due to land degradation and other habitat-destroying effects. The livestock industry is killing off our beautiful wildlife, including Mexico's own. 4. Deadly pollution. Of all sectors, the meat industry is the biggest source of water pollution. Excessive and unregulated animal waste, chemical fertilizers, pesticides, antibiotics, and other livestock-related contaminants choke our waterways and create oceanic dead zones, such as the massive one in the Gulf of Mexico. 5. Disease. Over 65% of human infectious disease, is known to be transmitted from animals. The filthy and inhumane conditions of factory farming harbor lethal bacteria and viruses such as avian and swine flu, which we all know is a pandemic continuing its global deadly toll. 6. Food waste. Livestock uses up 12 times the amount of grain as the same amount of vegetable protein. About 730 million tons of the world's grain harvest are used to produce animal protein. This could feed all the hungry people, numbering 1 billion in the world and many times over. 7. Water waste. It takes over 1,200 gallons of water to grow one serving of beef, but only 98 gallons of water for one complete nutritional balanced vegan meal. While 1.1 billion people lack access to safe drinking water, we waste 3.8 trillion tons of precious clean water each year for livestock production. 8. Energy and resource waste. Animal products require 8 times as much fossil fuel energy to be produced compared to vegetable products. A study found that meat and dairy production in Mexico use the most agricultural supplies and resources in the country, and this is reflected elsewhere around the world as well. All the evidence speaks so loud and clear. If these resources, land, water, and grain, were turned instead toward the direct support of human life instead of livestock, what a different world we would have. Respected climate scientists, including Dr. James Hansen of NASA, Dr. Carlos Nobre of Brazil's National Institute for Space Research, and Dr. Rajendra Pachauri, head of the UN Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, IPCC, all have stated that reducing meat consumption or becoming vegetarian would be an effective solution to global warming. That is, we have to live an animal-free lifestyle, a compassionate lifestyle.
"視聴者の皆様、本日はマスタードレッシーの地球の生物多様性を回復する最善の方法、スプリームマスターチンハイの討議からの抜粋、全2回の前編にお付き合いいただきありがとうございました。スプリームマスターテレビジョンでさらにポジティブな番組をお楽しみください。この後は知恵の言葉の毒原光質疑応答全4回の最終回です。展開の音色が皆様の聖なる魂を高め、神へと近づけますように。May heavenly melodies enrich your divine soul and bring you closer to God. For more details, please visit springmastertv.com/BMT.
How can we tell when the Maitreya Buddha will come into this world? Or is he already here? Where would he be born? Please tune in to Supreme Master Television Sunday, July 22nd for the episode of Interview with Master Dao Ming, Practicing the Dharma in the World on Words of Wisdom.